So, Bill, as we've just heard, traditionally, advisors have found that by narrowing the landscape of prospecting opportunities down to a couple of niches, they can be tremendously more effective and efficient. However, some research recently is indicating through technology that may not always be the way it happens in the future. What are the tea leaves telling you about prospecting opportunities?
This is a great time to talk about the idea of bringing innovation into the advisor's practice. Because prospecting is sort of the front end of the process that they're going through. So let's just use this as a kickoff point to talk about innovation in general. And we'll tie it back to the prospecting piece. The role of innovation for advisors' practice, especially as they're thinking through who to bring in, what profile they need to be thinking about, can sort of be expanded in a really interesting way. Let's talk about the innovation process first, though, because there's 3 big steps to that. And what's interesting is that a few advisors that are pretty aggressive right now are using innovation tools to rethink their business models and what it is that they're actually delivering to the clients. And it starts with the first bucket, which is an understanding of the profile of the customer that you're trying to work with. Now, what's really interesting about this is, like you mentioned earlier, people try to get narrow in this. That's an important part. It's called identifying your customer segment that you want to work with. As you identify that customer segment, then you're looking for the attributes of that customer, and you're also looking for the jobs that they're trying to get done. This is called design thinking, and it's an approach to understanding how you can serve clients really well. It's being taught in all the entrepreneurial schools and the business schools right now. It's really hot, and there are some really great tools that are out there that people can take advantage of that are simple to use but very powerful. So in this first bucket, to identify the profile of the client you're looking for, or the customer persona, a persona tool which helps you list all of the attributes of the customer and the things that they're trying to accomplish, the gains that they're trying to achieve, the pains they're trying to avoid. That frames up what it is that the customer that you're trying to approach and allows you to have an understanding of who that is, which leads to the second step. The second step is about exploring what products and services you have that can be applied against what that client needs in a way that is really tightly packaged, so that the client, when they see it, they recognize that's going to be really helpful to me. And a tool that's used to do that is something called the Value Proposition Canvas. It was designed by Alex Osterwalder from the University of Lucerne, and he got his PhD in building business models, and it's one of the tools of business modeling, which basically takes us to the third big piece, which is creating a business model for the client that we've identified that we want to serve with the product and service set that we believe that we can deliver that. Now what we want to make sure is that we can deliver it profitably. So there are 9 elements to any business model. And so those elements include: who is the client? What's the product and service that you want? How does that client want to relate to you from a relationship standpoint? What is the channel that we need to use to be able to reach them and stay in communication with them? And then, of course, what products and services and revenue streams can we generate from that? On the other side of the ledger, if you will, what are the activities we have to do? What are the resources that we need? And then who are the people that we can partner with to be able to actually deliver our product and service in the right way? So think about those as costs. So now we can identify what are all the costs associated with this new product and service for this customer segment. And we can talk about the revenue streams, and we can match it up to see, are there enough people in that segment where we can do this in a profitable manner? It's really powerful, really simple, but very helpful. So now let's extrapolate that just one extra step. So if I can use this innovation process to identify what's required to deliver something that customer segment is going to be interested in, why don't I apply it to my broader categories of people that happen to be in different life stages? So whether you identify 5 life stages or 6 life stages, however you want to do that, you can identify the people that fit in that, and then think about this process to identify the product and service set that can be very attractive and helpful to them that you can deliver in a profitable way. Now what we have is we have the ability to expand efficiently the profile of the client that we serve, not just from a perspective of one, but now we have a way to have many. And the use of technology through the workflows and the CRM system allow us to deliver that really efficiently. So now the only thing that's really left in our concept is, what about life events? So what you can do is you can take the same process, apply it to somebody that's going through a life event, and now you can have a product and service set that would be really helpful for somebody experiencing that. You codify the process, right, to create your workflows. You have all of the product set that you need. Now you can offer that as a solution. It's a really powerful way to rethink how it is that you are going to expand your business without being restrictive in who you're trying to serve. There's a saying in the innovation space that companies are moving away from a portfolio of products to a portfolio of business models. Now let's take this back down to operationalize it. So as we think about our CRM entries, what we can do is we can make sure that we create labels and we code each new contact that goes in, either as a life stage or a life event that they're experiencing. And now what we're able to do is we're able to pull a report that says, hey, how many people in my book of business are in this place? Now you can go and review that list against your new product business model that you've established to see if there's anything missing from your service package that you need to let them know is available, because you know they're going to want it because you've done your research, right? So now that's a way to expand your business and connect to the profiling activity that you've done. It's a really powerful way to grow in a much different way than trying to narrow who it is that you serve and then just go out in the world and try to find those people.